EGM Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Whatever with Lou Navarro. And today we are going to be talking one of the most important conversations to close out 2025 and step into 2026. What exactly is happening with real estate here in Indian River County? Because the truth is that the prices are shifting, the inventory is rising, interest rates are moving, insurance taxes are impacting affordability more than ever. So today I have invited two incredible experts from our very own community and from my own office. From Remax Crown Realty, someone who is very experienced, who I personally admire very much, and who has been a mentor for me since the day I came part of this office. And since I got here to this beautiful paradise, the Red Queen, Jan Malcom. Thank you, Jan.
My
And
pleasure.
then I have from Riverside Mortgage Solution, also located within Remax Crown Realty, our loan officer, Gina Melton, who you have been in my show before. Thank you again
Yes,
for
ma'am.
coming.
Thank you.
All right. I do appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. But before I get to my main topic, let me introduce myself to those who is the first time that are listening to this show. I'm Lou Navarro, your host, a proud Latina real estate agent here locally in our hidden gem, Vero Beach Treasure Coast, that serve this beautiful community. Um, and in this show, as you know, or you may not, I share stories about the community, about what's happening, how to grow the community and how to feel right at home. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my social medias, Lou Navarro Realtor. Also, before we jump in, I want to take a minute to once again invite all those Latin women to my next Encuentro de Mujeres Latinas, Vero Beach. It is a place where we share very good vibe. Y es el próximo miércoles 10 de diciembre en el Vero Wine Bar de 5:30 a 7:30. Está lleno de buena energía, buena vibra. Así que si tú que me estás escuchando quieres ser partícipe, no dudes en contactarme directamente para que puedas asistir. Y esta vez vamos a estar brindando por nosotras y por la Navidad. Now back to my topic. Let's start with this market snapshot, and let's begin with you, Jan. We're seeing price adjustments, more inventory, listing and staying on the market a little bit longer. How would you describe the current Indian River County market as we close out 2025?
Well, I just want to say that price increases over the last 40 years have averaged out at 9% annual. And I was looking up some stats before the meeting, and actually year to year, November to November, nationally, they've gone up 7%.
Yes.
Florida is not benefiting from that. Our market has been more or less stable. The other thing I had looked up was an absorption rate, which is something you had touched on. We used to be able to say to folks 60 to 90 days, your house would be under contract. We're looking at more, again, this is a national statistic, 4 months, which has increased to 4.1 months year to year. The other interesting thing is I kind of did a little bit of work, price range 300 to 600,000. We have about 800 listings. The sales that were reported just last month were 16% of that, or about, I think, 130. units.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 in 6 houses is going under contract
Yes.
in that price range, which later we can kind of talk about how sellers can strategize a little bit.
Yeah, so
in
it's funny that you say that because I check it out, and in fact, sales are up from last year.
They are. That was the next thing I was going to say. Nationally, they were seeing an increase. And here, same thing. What I wanted to just pursue was we've got another market that I watch, which is 600,000 to 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting with, I think, 808 listings. Nope, wrong category. Wait a minute. 314 listings
Yes.
in that
Yes.
price range. And looking the same thing, a 1 month ticket, about 10% of those went under agreement. So absorption rate is slower. 1 in 10 on the big market items seem to, and taking 4 months again.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to position yourself well for the market.
So it's more balance between buyers and sellers, and then also the buyers have more options.
I think the buyers have the advantage right now.
Yeah.
Since we have a surplus in both
Yeah.
of those markets, a buyer has a good chance to negotiate.
But it is not a crash. I believe it's a normalization.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we are not in 2021 anymore.
Yeah, no, this is part of a normal market. You know, the funny thing is when it swings again, where inventory gets tightened up and the prices start going up, we don't get any warning as realtors.
Yeah.
We get about 10 days and we get to say, oh, whoops, look at that. How did that happen?
Yeah.
All of a sudden we're on an upswing.
Yes.
So it's hard to predict. I'd be a rich woman if I could predict.
Yeah. Well, you touched on the rising of the inventory, but the new construction is also at least here is in blooming status.
It's a factor. Sellers doing resale have to compete with this.
Yes.
So that, again, we're back to positioning your product in a way that, A, your price is favorable, B, that the house looks pretty inside and out, clean up everything. And then if people are going to look at, buyers typically used to look at 10 properties and then make a decision. Now, realtors are running around, some of them showing them 35 properties.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, after you've seen 6, the rest of them are confusion.
Yes.
So that's a little overwhelming for a buyer.
Yes, and we do take, at least when we are going to show properties, we make sure that based on their need and requirement, we try to choose the top 10 or the top listing in order for them not to get to that point, but they do anyhow because they have more choices, right? So what about, do you think that for buyers from the standpoint of new construction, they it's going to be a great year in 2026 for them?
I think the buyers are going to have some choice going out into the next 14 months anyway, partially because there's a lot of new construction on the books, meaning the builders have projects in zoning that haven't been approved yet. And there's thousands of those units between Sebastian and Vero predicted. So the buyers are still going to have a great choice. Sometimes you see advantages with a resale home because your landscaping is mature. You've had a chance to build a pool. Pricing on building a pool is,
big
busy.
ticket item.
Well, I don't quote, but it's gotten more expensive, of course.
Yeah. And then go ahead.
I was going to say you don't have the new construction dirt trucking through the house. On the other hand, your new construction product, they've got termite protection in the walls. You have a better insurance premium.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the buyers have all kinds of choice.
Yes. And from the buyer standpoint, when sellers are putting these houses on the market, in reality, the new construction is the biggest competition right now because they have so many perks, right? It's interest rate, incentive, and all the stuff. So we'll touch back on this strategy that the sellers needs to look when they are listing a property. But so now, Gina.
Yes, ma'am.
The $1 million questions. Interest rates, right? We saw a peak, it cool off. What are you expecting as we enter 2026?
I based on my research and what I'm read and what I've seen in the past, I'm going to say that we're going to see a stabilization of our interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to see about the low to mid sixes, and they're going to stabilize there.
Yeah.
The rates we had back in 2021 and stuff, the 2 and 3s, those are never coming back.
Yeah.
Not in my lifetime, anyway. I never thought I'd see them to begin with. But also remember what brought that on.
Yeah. Of course.
Which wasn't something good. So
Yeah.
6 and a quarter, 6.5, that's not a bad rate.
Yeah. But and I'm gonna quote John, our broker. He always tell us to bring this chart about the average of the last 30 years in interest rate, and 7%. No matter what,
It is.
You go up, down. It is 7%. I was just in one of these bold predictions meeting, and then they were saying, we are right where we're supposed to be statistically. So we are great. So what would you say about buyers that are always, I'm gonna wait for the perfect rate?
I'm going to say my favorite quote: marry the house, date the rate. If rates drop, you can always refinance.
Yes, sadly.
But now's the time, as you guys said, there's inventory. Go find your perfect house.
Yes, there is always the room for improvement. Let's say if the rates go down, you can refinance.
Absolutely.
If it makes sense, right? Because at the end of the day, they have to feel comfortable with whatever they're paying, right? Now, going back to sellers, what do you think they should be? What's the number one tip sellers preparing?
I think when you decide you're going to put your house on the market, talk to more than one realtor and have the realtors explain how they're coming up with that price point. There are plenty of statistics to justify what's a reasonable marketing price. I think the other thing is the presentation of your property. And I hire a professional photographer frequently to be sure that house shows the best light. And we have 250 websites minimum that we, as a company, link into. So we're international. You might capture a buyer from Germany by taking just the right picture of the frog pond. You just never know what's going to make somebody tip.
I had to tell you, it is growing, international
Absolutely.
buying here. Yes.
Yeah.
So from your point, what will be the number one advice to buyers starting now? That 26 is almost here.
Keep your credit up to where it needs to be, and don't overextend yourself. Start saving a little bit for down payment and closing costs. There are assistance programs for some of those things, but it's not going to cover everything in most cases.
Yeah.
And get pre-qualified.
Yeah, you touched on a very, very important point. As you know, I do webinars to prepare first-time buyers, and it is key to be prepared. So preparation equal power. Give the seller certainty when you present an offer. So it's very important that you are prepared. And if you need assistance, we can guide you, whether you meet with us, with me, or with Gina, and we will see exactly where you are at, right?
I think to that, I just have a thought too, that even if you don't have your funds ready now, it's still a good time to be planning. Make a connection. Every now and then I'll have a buyer that'll come in from out of the area, and I'll do a 2-hour tour so you get a feel for the area. But also with my time, I want to be sure that that buyer has the ability to buy.
Yeah.
So don't be too disappointed if you don't get a real estate tour. The buyers can take some time going to open houses as well.
Well, it says that from the point that a buyer or a lead, let's say, gets to your pipeline to the moment they actually buy, it could be up to 3 years, 36 months.
There are a lot of people in my pipeline. And one fellow walked in. He said, well, we met you 18 months ago. We were so impressed with you, and we did what you said. We sold our house in Georgia. And I'm like, I got to tell you, they're my dearest friends now, but I did not remember the conversation when they came in. I was very grateful they returned. But yes, lots of times you're not going to have an immediate sale. It's a relationship. And the same thing with Gina. She grows relationships too.
Yeah. So it's very important, if we do a recap, for sellers to really study the market. And that's why we are here, to present you with facts. And it's important that they look at the facts. And then for buyers to prepare themselves and make sure that they understand the rates right now are going to be good for you, or like she said, marry the house, date the interest,
Date the rate.
date the rate. Exactly. So that's nice. So what's the real story right now? What are the experts predicting heading into 2026 for the real estate market?
Again,
Don't you have a magic ball? That's my
I was
question.
going to say, if I had that,
Yeah,
I told you,
they
if I
always-
had that before when I first met you, I said I'd be a rich woman. Basically, I've been in the business a long time, so I've seen these cycles, and I'll just do a little, you have this. And so therefore, all I do is I stay in touch with folks. And as you said, there are people planning ahead. What's interesting about our Florida market is we tag into the northeastern cities in this way. They will have their summer market where they have the sales. So they'll pop down and visit us in the fall because now they have to have a place. So a lot of the prediction for our market comes with what's happening up in the Northeast. Whoops, sorry.
No.
And for example, I'm a New England girl originally. You put a house on the market up there, it's gone in a day,
Yeah.
overbidding.
Yeah.
They have the opposite market.
Yes.
So then those folks get in the car, they come see us, and we're all set.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very hard to predict because we're not just a local market. We're tied all over the United States, and as we mentioned before, with some international buyers coming in too. So I wish I could say more.
All right, let's take a little break because I just noticed we are in 17 minutes now. I'll be right back.
Vero Beach is out and alive. Music's playing, people are dancing, the dance floor's packed. It's the Sunset Saturday Concert. Fun and free for all on Ocean Drive. With live music by The Reckless Shots. Food, wine, and beer. Presented by GHO Homes, Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce, Sunshine Furniture, and Mulligan's Beach House. The Sunset Saturday Concert. Saturday, December 13th at 5 p.m. at Humiston Park on Ocean Drive, Vero Beach. Now that's the life.
Create your restful retreat and save 50% now on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture during the Home for the Holidays event at Sunshine Furniture. Sophisticated looks with a mix of coastal and Caribbean styles, Tommy Bahama offers everything you need for your personal paradise and is all half price. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of in-stock coastal and casual sofas, love seats, chairs, slipcover sofas, bedroom dining, and occasional furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Best Chair, Hooker, and Riverside. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have any style of patio furniture that you need, including a gallery of Made in America, Berlin Garden, Pollywood, Woodard, Lloyd Vlanders, and Telescope. We specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, and fire pits. Come in now for our Home for the Holidays event and winter sale. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales center directly across the street, Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
And we're back here. Thank you for listening and staying tuning with us. I have Gina Melton from Riverside Mortgage Solution and the Red Queen, Jan Malcom from Remax Crown Realty. And before we go back into what we were talking, I want to just do something fun, the rapid fire questions segment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose you a question so the audience gets to know a little bit more of you, and you just answer whatever comes first to your mind. All right? So let's start with Jan. Okay. What will be your favorite neighborhood to sell right now?
Oh, goodness. Well, I live in Emerald Estates. I'd be happy to promote my own neighborhood.
All right. What about you? Fastest pre-approval you have ever done?
30 minutes.
Wow. That's good. That's good. Favorite local restaurant?
Oh, I like the Scampi Grill.
Okay. What about you?
I like me some Casa Amigas.
Oh, Casamigo, because of the margarita.
They make a great jalapeno
Plus,
margarita.
it's close to our houses.
Yeah,
Could almost roll home.
Yeah. What do you think is the most overused phrase in real estate?
Oh, goodness. I don't have anything that comes to mind.
That's fine. That's fine. Let me see. Most common mortgage myth you wish will disappear.
That every time the Federal Reserve says they're dropping rates, it does not affect interest rates on mortgages. It is prime
I
that it
know.
affects. And I wish the news would clarify that. a
Yeah,
tad.
yeah. And I was listening to that yesterday too. Sweet or salty?
Salty.
I know. I knew because I remember. What's your guilty pleasure?
Oh,
Show. A show.
a show?
Yeah.
Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, I love that. Oh, see, we have something in common.
Yeah, I'm still working my way through it.
Okay, all
My
right.
favorite actors.
All right. I think that I had another one, but I don't remember. But if you wouldn't be a loan officer, what would you be doing?
I'd be a detective.
Ooh, what about you, John?
I'd probably be working in a quilt store.
I knew she was going to say that.
Yeah. Well, I had that promotion for my buyers. 3 transactions with me, and I make them a quilt.
All right. So thank you so much. Going back to our topic, I was listening yesterday. These experts that tell you about what's going to happen nationally in the real estate market, and they have been talking about this, and this is not the first time I hear it, that 2026 will be becoming 2019. So we're going to be back on that where, we are back into a normal market. But, again, we don't have a crystal ball to see what's going to happen, but we are expecting that it's going to be a healthy market next year. I do have to thank you, both of you, for coming and for giving us the clarity into and valuable insight today about the real estate market. And to everyone listening, 2026 is not something to fear. There is something to be prepared. Like buyers need to be prepared because there are opportunities, there are more options, and, there are more power for buyers. There is more, a better way to negotiate right now in the market that we are. And as always, I'm here to guide you, educate you, and help you make a smart move. And, you can reach Jan or she also sells houses and she's a red queen. And we have here Gina, who will help you, assist you with getting you pre-approved, pre-qualify the loan through the closing table. And thank you for listening. I don't know if you have anything to add, any of you, before we...
Well, just that I hope the two of us presented all right since we were working on our Christmas float late last night.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to be, Remax Crown Realty will be on Vero Beach Christmas Parade this Saturday. What's the theme? I don't remember.
Charles Dickens is on the Remax float and Frozen on the Riverside float.
Okay, so we're going to have to float. Watch out, vote for us. And then I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for listening. Whatever will Lou Navarro, I'll be here in the next 2 weeks. Y recuerda, yo hablo tu idioma. Chao, chao.